and hit record. What is up, Sacramento? You guys came out. Good to see you. Good to see you out there representing, getting the family together. I love it. So you guys, welcome. Happy Tuesday, August 6th. We are excited to be back. We are full of new energy. Obviously, nothing too new in regards to what we learned at Inman, but the sentiment and the word that kept on coming up with, or the words were personal branding. And I want to encourage everybody, whether you are new or you're an experienced agent, I want you guys to ask yourself a question. First off, how do I want to be viewed in the world? How do I want my brand to be viewed in the world? And what I would do is I would encourage everybody on this call to do an audit. Do an audit with the people that have worked with you, your friends, your family, and ask them, when you
So lives cut off. We were in Inman last week. Ask your friends, family members. There you go. You're back. You lost us 10 seconds.
Sorry. Ask your friends and family member what they're experiencing from your Kenny. Go ahead and take it back over.
Yeah, just ask them what they really think of you as a person and the business, and ask them, go a little deeper and ask them, what have you heard about this person from your other friends and family? Because a personal brand is what other people say about you in your room. You can do your best to influence that brand and tell people what you want them to think about you. But at the end of the day, like you can't control what people actually think about you.
And thank you, Kenny. And then when you look at your social, when you look at your writing, when you look at all the content that you're posting on various different platforms, is it congruent with the way that you want to be seen? And is it the way that people are experiencing your personal brand? So we're going to talk a lot about that in the coming weeks, something we're always going to talk about. But I'm going to turn the mic over to Karina to talk to us about our quick teaching moment. I'm sure there's a lot of moving parts right now. We're going to make some special announcements for a guest that's going to come into our environment in 2 weeks. But Karina, let's go ahead and have you do a quick Oracle update.
Awesome. So right now we are in what I'm calling the messy middle. It's the countdown until the NAR settlement effectively goes into place on the 17th, as well as all of the different MLSs catching up and implementing their guidelines on whether or not you're going to have a line that says that a seller is potentially willing to consider offers of compensation / concessions. It'll be usually a yes, no field. Some of the MLSs still have this in place right now. You still have to enter an amount. Those are all going to be going away soon, and I would believe in all of California, but nationwide it might be different. So like I said, it's a messy middle. Forms have been updated already, like the listing agreement, the buyer representation agreement, and they have gotten rid of that CBC, the cooperating broker compensation form. So there have been updates. Even though it's not 100% the date yet, now is the time to pay attention. So for any active listings, these are listings that are not pending, they don't have an accepted offer, they're just active or coming soon signed listing agreements in the days leading up to the 17th. If your listing was written on an old CAR RLA form, so that's before this new release that happened 2 weeks ago, it needs to be modified. There's a DMLA form that will eliminate the section of broker to broker compensation. That's that big change that's on the new listing agreement. So you want to get that modification in place. Or you can just sign a brand new listing agreement. So either a modification or the new listing agreement. Forms that reference broker to broker compensation have been modified or removed, like I just said, the RLA, the BRBC, CBC, to change that language. If a seller is willing to consider concessions to a buyer to offset the buyer's obligation of compensation to their agent as specified in that buyer rep agreement, and the MLS rules allow for it, a listing agent may say something to the effect of, seller is willing to consider compensation to a buyer broker or concessions to buyer broker. Moving forward, that amount will be dependent on the terms of the offer that's submitted. So it's not going to be a set amount. It's not something that's upfront. You're going to have to negotiate based on what you have signed with your buyer. And so you want to make sure that you're educating your sellers that many buyers are going to still need assistance in this and covering this, just like any other closing costs that they might need assistance with. The broker compensation advisory helps explain these changes to buyers and to sellers. So if you have active buyers right now, you do not, and you don't have a signed buyer rep agreement, get one into place as soon as possible. EXP's version is really simple and straightforward, or use the most current CAR version, the BRBC. Both are acceptable at this time. And then you want to discuss using the RPA section 3G3 and the SPBB to ask for that seller to contribute toward the buyer's obligation to pay buyer broker closing costs. So we'll continue to have these sessions around this, role play, answer questions. Elias's Zoom room on Thursdays at 10. We have all the previously recorded sessions in Fast Class under buyers. My huddles are a great place to talk this through. I've been having really great conversations with lots of you, lots of thoughtful questions around this. CAR has some cheat sheets that I'll drop in Slack. And like Elias said, we'll have a guest speaker come talk about this in a couple weeks as well.
I had a quick question real quick. So if I have the buyer broker representation agreement signed by my buyers, the one with EXP, I don't have to do the other one for right now until the 17th only, right?
EXP is fine with their buyer rep agreement all the way through. So you're good.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
that one's easier for me. So I printed a lot of this.
They like
Okay.
their agreement, you like it, make sure there's compensation on that agreement.
Yeah. There's a
Maybe.
signature page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff, Samantha. Appreciate you, Karina. Any other thoughts, contributions, questions before we move forward? Here's the thing, you guys. We have been. Go ahead. Who was that?
I had a question, Karina. So if we have a listing going pending, do we still need to provide the additional documents before the 17th?
When did it go pending? Like right now?
I'm expecting it to go pending today.
I guess it depends on what does your listing agreement say? Was it the old listing agreement or the new one?
Old one.
Old one? I'm not sure. I have to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think you do because it's not in effect quite yet.
Okay.
I'm not the EXP broker, so yeah. I'm trying to relay what they're saying here.
I have another question for offers that have already gone out. If there's no buyer broker agreement signed, but the MLS does specify compensation, is that still binding at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Just make sure you print that out and have record of it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Darnell, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I think he actually kind of answered it. I'm in escrow. It's set to close before the 17th, and we have the disclosure regarding agency relationship in there signed already. I think I already have the BRBC signed too, but in the event that I don't have that in there as well, am I still good if we're closing prior to the 17th?
Yes.
Okay, solid. Thank you.
Cynthia, you had a contribution as well.
So even though, yes, we are covered through the MLS right now, as personal standard, I'm still submitting the SPBB just to make sure that it is in writing that the seller is paying me. Because what if we get into backup offer position and then I'm not closing until way later? I don't know. I just think that better to be safe than sorry when it comes to our money.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure.
SPBB, you guys.
That's only if you have a signed representation agreement with your buyer that it's referencing. So you make that buyer representation agreement, you ask on 3G3 of your offer, and you include that SPBB.
Saw Blessing drop a note. Yeah, because I'm on the Bridge MLS board of directors. And what Blessing's saying, I guess, is what I've said too, save the active sheet, but just know that's the safest, best way to do it. We're not telling every single person every time you write an offer to do that. If you're in contract, then at least save that. But the MLSs are removing the history of compensation on the MLS for agents to search. But at least I can only speak for Bridge. But I think most local MLSs will have a copy of the history of the compensation. But for your own safety and less headaches, you should have a copy of that. I have seen, and it turns out it was one of our agents on the team had the commission switched on her halfway in the thing, and good thing she had that sheet, which I just recently found is actually not legal. So that's a whole mess in itself. But yeah, save that because we're in this gray area this month. Just imagine everything you're writing on in the next week. If it's sitting in the market, there's just no conversation past next week.
But I think too, I mean, we've talked about this. This shouldn't be a time where you guys are feeling a sense of panic, right? We've been talking about this since November. We've been doing workshops since May, since this first came out. And so if you are having a sense of panic, that means that you are not staying up to date. Now, mind you, there's tons of information coming your way, but you should be at least a few times a week spending some time, putting on your calendar to read about the new updates, what's going on, printing the forms, highlighting the forms, paraphrasing the forms so you can articulate that to the consumer. There's a lot of responsibility that's on you guys. We're going to do our very best to make sure that we are giving you the information, providing you the information, but you guys got to do a lot of work right now. And so this shouldn't be a time of panic. This should be a sense of urgency to make sure that you understand everything. And obviously we're here to fill in the blanks if we have those answers for you, but you guys should be working with the sense of urgency right now to make sure that you understand it, because this is your career and we're here to support you. Any other questions before we shift gears on the conversation? All right, cool. If you guys have any more questions about this, make sure to attend Karina's huddle as well as our session on Thursdays at 10 a.m. in my room. Quick update for everybody. We are doing for Keep It Moving group coaching on the 14th of this month on Wednesday. We're going to have Kendall Bonner come in and speak to us. She is the Vice President of Industry Relations for EXP. She is one of the best when it comes to talking about the history of why this even came to the forefront. And then what do we do now? The forms and the articulation about everything that is related to the settlement. She's going to give us an hour and a half of her time. So we're going to do an hour of her providing her presentation for us and giving us a high-level overview, and then we'll do a 30-minute Q&A. This is going to be open up to the industry. It's not going to be just for EXP, but I'll make sure that you guys mark your calendar now. It is on there right now that she's going to be the guest, so make sure that you are saving that date, because I do want you to be in that room. But let's go ahead and get to the slides. And once again, Karina, if my internet gets choppy, just go ahead and take the mic. But let's go ahead and go into, community contributions. Tons of things going on, you guys. This is education season. This is event season. It's going to be even crazier in the next couple months. Who has an event that they want to share, talk about, drop on the call today, and make sure that everyone is informed. Let's go, Cynthia.
Hey guys, so if you're feeling like I don't even have enough time to look at the new forms, I don't have enough time to consider reaching out to my buyers and telling them about all the new changes, I'm so sorry, but you might be running your business wrong. And I want to teach you guys how to get back more time so that you can run your business like a CEO. So I'm training on agent efficiency 3 different days in August throughout all of our, through 3 of our Bay Area offices. We're going to go into task management, time management, what tools to be using. There's things in Follow Up Boss that even people that are like super high level Follow Up Boss users didn't know about when I chatted with them. So there's just so much info that's going to be packed in this 1-hour session. So hopefully you guys can make it. Let me drop the link to it. First one is going to be out in Fairfield this week on Thursday. Next week we'll be out in Brentwood for Synergy. And then the following week, it'll be Wednesday at headquarters in Oakland. So if you're feeling like, oh shit, what am I doing? I can't even breathe. I'm burning out. If you've ever had anything like this, I hope that you guys can make it.
Awesome. Good stuff. Anybody else having an event, something happening in the community that they want to talk about? Going once, going twice. All right, cool. Good stuff. Let's go right into our new escrows for the last week. We work. Sorry, was that something? All right, cool. Jessica and Blessing got in contract in El Sobrante. Alejandra got in contract in American Canyon, and Lisette and Vernon got in contract in Pacheco. Let's go to Blessing first, and then we'll go over to Vernon and Lisette. Blessing, talk to us about this deal. What was the strategy? What worked? Talk to us about this deal.
If it's okay, I'd actually like to kick this over to Jessica, because this was all her working her sphere and staying really close to her family.
Let's go.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. So this is a special transaction because this is for my sister-in-law. And she has been looking to buy land for quite a while now. She found a lot in Richmond, and that one didn't work out. And they found this one in El Sabrane. And I feel like what got our offer accepted was our team, because the listing agent knows Kenny and he's very familiar with Team Fast. So he was like, oh, like I would love to do a transaction with you. You know, like I know your team. I know a few agents on your team. And yeah, so with my sister-in-law purchasing this lot, she is closer to selling her home in Antioch. So I'm really excited for her and her new journey. She's thinking about putting a container home and she has this vision. So I'm really excited for her.
Let's go, Jessica. I love this, and congratulations to you as well, Blessing. Jessica, walk us through the numbers. You're still a brand new agent. How many deals have you put into contract since you started?
This is my 5th one.
Let's go. Let's go. Exciting. I absolutely love this. Let's go over to Vernon and Lisette. Let's hear about this deal. Tell us the details, what worked, what happened. Walk us through this deal.
Good morning, team. So this actually is a referral from a realtor.com lead that I got last year. And it was for a mobile home. And the lead introduced me to their entire family. And this is the last of their siblings, the little sister that is now into contract. We were able to get $5,000 off the list price. It's her dream home. We close in 30 days. I have a brand new mobile lender that can part the Red Sea. So I am really excited for our brand new buyer.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, well done. Congratulations to you as well, Vernon. Vernon, anything you want to say on that, or she covered everything? All right, cool. All right, let's continue cruising on. All right, guys, going to the next category. Cortez and Sarah got in contract on a flex deal for $420,000, and Samani got in contract in series for $440,000. Samani, let's go over to you. I see your camera's on. You're right here in the center of my screen. Samani, let's hear from you. Talk to us about this deal.
Sorry, that was on there.
Yeah, you were on there. You got in contract. Congratulations. You put yourself on mute, though. Let's take yourself off of mute now.
Sorry, I was over here talking. I am actually about to close that one next week. This is my friend from T-Mobile. I worked at T-Mobile for 8 years, and we're finally closing. I mean, we've been showing for about 4 months. So we finally found the one, but it's just like, you know, word of mouth. When I first started at T-Mobile, I had my first client through my friend there. So I'm just very grateful they're still referring me and referring themselves to me.
I love it. So talk to us about that market in series. Is it competitive? Tell us a little bit about it.
It's definitely higher price point than Modesto because it is a smaller series. I mean, it's a smaller city. So what I compare it to is like Tracy, Lathrop, and Manteca, right? Lathrop's always going to be more expensive than Tracy, even though Tracy's a bigger city because it is a smaller city and there's just more. It's the same thing with Ceres in the Central Valley. There's Modesto, Ceres, and Turlock. And Ceres it's about the $450 price point, which to be past Modesto, it's a little up there because Modesto starts at like $250, you know, fixer upper, but at least you get something for $250 there, or a townhouse or something. And Ceres, it's up there. It's getting up there.
Well, congrats to you. Congrats to your buyer, and job well done. Let's continue cruising on. So Mauricio got in contract in Emeryville for $480, and Shally got in the contract for $490 in Richmond. Let's see who is here. I don't think either one of them are in. So congratulations to these two. We'll keep on cruising. So Vanessa got in a contract in Patterson for $507. Roxanne got in contract in Richmond for $675. And Babette got in contract in Antioch for $690. Let me see who I have on today. And let's see if Roxanne is here. And let's see if Babette is on. All right. So these three are not on the call either. So let's continue cruising on. Eric King, up up in Santa Rosa, continued to be our #1 producer for 2024. Got into contract. KD and Bandana introduced the world to their new baby girl, which we got to meet at our cookout. And thanks for coming out to the cookout for everyone that came. They got in contract in Pinole, and then Oliver Ramirez. This is his second week on the team. He already posted a deal. So congratulations to everybody that made it on the board in this category. And let's see who I have on. KD, are you on? Let's see Oliver, if he is on. All right, so one big clap for them. We'll continue cruising. All right, so Lisette and Vernon got into another deal in Hayward. I love these partnership photos, you guys. And once again, when you have the opportunity to get your partnership photos, if there's somebody that you're doing a lot of deals with, make sure to get those photos done because it makes the marketing look really good. Let's go, Vernon, on this one. Talk to us about strategy, what worked, and let's hear from you.
Yeah, so this I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna let her close it. So this is a lead that she got that we both worked. We had them in the contract maybe about 45 days ago, and she's been showing them all over. Hayward, San Jose, Fremont, got them in the contract, new build, and as the days had gone by, we were simply waiting on the city of Hayward to sign off on the installation of the freaking elevator. So if you know anything about city municipalities, they move slower than molasses. And we ended up having to cancel that contract. That ended up finding a new build that's like a year old that really was the property that they were looking for. And yeah, submitted the offer, came in a little bit over asking, got our offer accepted, was able to cancel the other offer submission, and the agent was super understanding just because it had just spanned out over so much time, man. So we're super grateful for our buyer. Lisette, I see you chomping at the bit, holding your lips. So I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna give you a shine this morning.
Actually, who you know really does matter because this agent and I had established a great relationship and everything really was going well. And I was feeling comfortable about the relationship, about our offer, about everything. She happened to be on her way to Inman when we spoke. And at first, I didn't even think of name dropping Elias, but then my partner said, hello, can you name drop? And I did. So the minute that I mentioned, oh, hey, listen, have you listened to Elias? He's at Inman. He killed it. And she happened to mention, oh my God, you're part of Team Fast. We love Team Fast. We love Elias and Kenny. We've not done a deal with you guys first. Long story short, Elias solidified our deal. This is the first time doing a deal with the brokerage. And I am just utterly grateful because the transaction has been nothing but seamless from beginning to end thus far. So thank you, Elias and Kenny.
So Elias and Kenny, not as if you guys need another lunch date, right? But we owe you one on this one because
hey, listen, we owe you guys. Way to do your job and do it at a high level, and way to make dreams possible. Because I know the dream team, so it's all you guys. We're here for support. But great job to you guys, and love to see the momentum that you both have in your business. Really great job. Congratulations. But yeah, we'll definitely do lunch sometime. Ronnie Escalante got a contract in San Francisco for $2 million on a flex deal. Congratulations, Ronnie. We continue to be at the top of the charts for our flex program. Derek and Will got a contract for $440 in Alberta. I have no idea where that's at. I don't even know if that's in California, but maybe it is. Pam Spivey got in the contract for $460. Let's see if they are on the call today, and they are not, but congratulations to all three of them. Ophelia got a contract in Sassoon, and Hector got a contract in Concord. Let's go to Ophelia. I see you on the camera right here. For me, you're actually center screen. Talk to us about this deal. Talk to us about what you were seeing, how many offers you received. Tell me how competitive it was. Let's hear from you.
It's funny, it caught me off guard because I talked about it last week. I wasn't expecting to, but it was an open house. It's my listing. And I had multiple offers. We got a couple offers in the first couple days on escrow, but it was like an investor trying to lowball. And then had an offer from so I was holding an open house, and then I told the client, I said, hey, because she asked me, she goes, if I go with you, would you guarantee I get this listing, get this offer accepted. I said, no, that's not how things work. We have to present the best and highest offer. You need to submit your best and highest terms. So she was very hesitant. She wasn't sure. She really wanted the property and kind of left it alone. Came the weekend. I said, if you're trying to lowball, because she did, she was trying to lowball. So you're going to have to wait until after the weekend because my sellers are not going to be interested in seeing something like that. And then I gave her a whole comparison of online saying, look at the comps, the average days on market, look at and then our MLS, you could see how people have over, if there were multiple offers or not. So we did a quarter-mile radius. Anyways, I went full blown, educated her. So when she was ready to make that offer, and then it did turn out to be the best offer because she was conventional. Only one was her FHA, and this one did need some work. So I ended up getting her offer accepted. Although I did everything correctly. I don't like to be in the positions like that because I want to be as transparent as possible, but still have the confidentiality for both teams, right? For like myself and buyer. But thus far, it's been pretty good. And I've documented everything by talking to everybody's lender, my lender. Yeah, so it's been pretty cool.
Beautiful. Well, congratulations to you. I didn't know that you shared the story again, but I think there was more to it this week. So I appreciate you. Thanks for contributing. Next up was Kenny and Brittany. Brittany, I don't know if she's on the line, but Kenny, you're here, my man. Let's talk about this deal in San Leandro. What were you guys experiencing? Let's hear about this sale.
Not a lot went on this one. It was kind of shocking. It was a townhouse we interviewed for. The sellers already had most of it prepped. Went on the market, had pretty good traction over the weekend for open houses, about 10 groups each weekend. We moved up the offer date after the first open house because it was successful. Had 2 great offers came in. We sent out a multiple calendar, 1 bid, and got in contract. We just dropped a cool video for that listing too. And
awesome,
the sellers
awesome.
found me online. Three times this month now. They said they found me online. They looked up best agent. I don't even know how I landed in San Leandro, but they somehow found me a best agent in San Leandro search. I came up, they called me directly. Didn't have a lot of questions to ask. They just trusted me, and it was a really easy appointment.
Really quick,
social presence, personal branding. That kind of nailed it right from the get-go.
Talk about this for a minute, because at Inman, they talked about doing a Google search of your own name in incognito mode. Talk about that. I know you sat in that session as well as I did, but talk about that and what an agent should be looking for when they incognito themselves.
Yeah, we do all the time. Like, we literally have someone on the team. Her name is Barbie. That audits all your social media profiles, stuff like that. If you don't have now, they're already. One of my biggest pet peeves is going to someone's Zillow website, and I actually randomly DM my friends all the time about that. I did three times this week to random friends. Look up yourself in incognito mode. So there's no cookies. Look up your name. Look at your name in real estate. One of the first 3 search results should be your Instagram page by default, because it's the most popular hits. Your Zillow page, and then you might find other things like your Realtor.com, your Homes.com profile, your Inman. I don't know, like all these profiles on website, you need to have something on the first page. People do not look past that. If someone lands on your name and doesn't like what they see, they move on. You can lose that just right away. So set up your Google business page, get some pictures on there, get some reviews, get your bio, get your DRE number. Oh, sorry, your LinkedIn. You need to have it. And I find that especially with new agents, they don't want to spend the time on it. Well, you're working all this hard. You're working so hard. Especially people that want to get listings, right? You're farming, you're door knocking, you're doing all the work to get an opportunity. And then people don't give referrals like they used to 10 years ago. They didn't say, you should talk to Kenny. Great. They call Kenny. No, when they give you the name Kenny or Elias or Cynthia, you're in my top left. That's why. They literally will then save your name, and then later they'll research you. They'll look at your Yelp, your LinkedIn, your Instagram, all that. Then they don't care that they don't only care that you worked with a friend or family. They look you up. They don't like what they see. They move on. So this is where personal branding and what they find is so important. I have 15 years of stuff. Like I just went on an appointment yesterday. They want to work with us. They said they found me online and on Instagram. And then last week, someone else said they found me on Yelp. I don't know how they found me on Yelp, because on Yelp I have bad reviews and really good reviews. So, but in the day, they find you somewhere, some way, and then they look at your other stuff. And then they work with you. That's why having a link tree is so important. So you can guide them on where you want you to see. That's why you need the buyer's presentation on high note. You need to have a link for that. Cynthia, that's one of the best things I've seen in a while, the high note. So I need one of those. So yeah, you just need to be found. And like 3 times this month, someone found me online and they've already in their mind mentally decided they want to work with me even before I went to the house. That's probably like $4 million in deals this month. I did not have to go out and go get the business because it's I've been working on my brand for years now. So when people find me, they find me, they want to work with me.
And you guys, I would highly encourage you guys to do that exercise, incognito mode, Google yourself. And the same thing that we talk about, you guys, building your name, building your brand, having visibility. Those are the reasons why people across the country know who you guys are. They know who you are. They know about Team Fast. They know what we've been able to create in 5 short years. So you guys, the things that we tell you to do, share with you to do, encourage you to do, implore you to do, we promise you it works and people are going to see you at a very high level. And if you're the person on the call today that says, you know what, maybe one day I want to go and speak about something. Maybe Cynthia wants to hit a stage. I know Mel wants to hit a stage. Maybe Vernon, whoever you are on the call, these are opportunities for all of us in this industry, but it's not going to happen unless you have visibility. So good stuff, Kenny. Great job. Brittany,
I literally just randomly picked you on my screen. I looked at Randy, you're on my screen. I looked at Darnell. You guys have blank profiles on like Realty.com and Zillow. So if I found you somewhere and I typed you in right now, I moved on. And I'm gonna look at Nicole, I'm gonna look at Vernon, I'm gonna look at Blessing, and then see if I find something else I like. So spend that hour today just literally inputting your bio. Like put a picture up, put your bio, anything you can do. Just research yourself. Because you'll spend hours to open houses, you can spend hours fixing your stuff. And again, I didn't pick on you specifically, you're on my screen.
All right, so while you're here, Kenny, talk about this deal, the one up on Skyline. You got a beautiful open house, you had a singer, you had a keyboardist, took some time, but finally in contract on this deal.
This was a tough sell, but I'll tell you how I got the referral first. I've been to a lot of conferences. This came from another EXP agent in Vegas, and I run into him. It was Alex. His name is Alex Rivlin, and his sister's one that sent me it. Run into him all the time. The last time I ran into him was in Agent Academy in Hollywood, LA. I went to a one-day event. So my conference is so important. That's why I go. I've been in 3 conferences in the last month. I'm going 1 this week, and I'm gonna have like 7 more in the next 10 weeks because the cost of the conference might be $1-2 grand. Sounds like a lot of money, but I just got $2.5 million deal for me that covers all my costs of traveling for the year. I went to Asian Academy, ran into Stephanie that gave me the referral in the hallway, chatted for 15 minutes. Within 2 weeks, I was top of mind. They had someone that found them on YouTube. Their personal brand got them a purchase on new construction in Vegas, and then they referred to me because I was from personal brand with this agent. They didn't interview any other agents. We got the listing. Honestly, I think this is my 2nd biggest listing in my career. Got it prepped for market. We had it on the. And then at this price point, it's really hard to sell because at 2.3 million, a potential buyer is also shopping in the South Bay, also Tri-Valley, also San Francisco, also any other state. They can, like when the conversation we had, anyone in this price range can buy 90% of the homes on the market. So it took a really selective buyer that wanted to live in the hills, that didn't mind the freeway noise and other stuff and wanted new construction. So took over 60 days to sell it. We serviced the open house every single weekend. We literally did both open houses for the first like 6 weeks, and then we should go down to 1 week. We had an offer come in, I think the 4th week in. That was way under list price. And then we finally had another offer come in about a week and a week and a half ago. So we finally had 2 offers where we can make them compete. Me and Junkies are really great negotiators. So we're on the phone all the time talking about how to manage this deal. We got them to both right. It took, and we got them to both take a counter when we were on the phone. One buyer wanted a multiple counter, one buyer wanted a direct 1 counter. So it was kind of a mess there. So we were on the phone quite a bit over the weekend. Got them both up to a price that the sellers found. I didn't want to disclose the price, but found the sellers' expectations were really, really high. But we saw when we were in the market, 6 of the competing properties, like 3 of them, 2 or 3 took off market, 2 or 3 sold below asking. So their expectations were reset by over 10-15%. But we got in contract with a 30-day close. The buyer is from the South Bay. They bought a home. They gained a couple $1 million in home value on their home. So now they're doing a bridge loan into this house. So this was a tough sell. We're excited to finally get this in contract.
Well, awesome. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to Jung Hee. We'll continue cruising on. And I want you guys to take a picture of this, and Kenny and Karina and Molly, step in if my internet starts to go out. But I want you guys to take a picture of this. As always, share this on social media if you choose to. But I'm not sure if you guys know this, realize this, or are aware of this, and I want to make sure that you guys are. So last week, we hit a record in our company. Last week, and obviously now things have gotten into contract, things have closed. We had 100 pending transactions, and we had 100 active listings and coming soon. It's more production than we've done in a year and 7 months at one time. So what you guys are doing right now, despite changes, despite noise, despite whatever's going on in the industry and angst, and we don't know what to do next, this team is continuing to break records and continuing to show the industry that we're going to be ahead of this no matter what. And when we talk about you guys, and when people talk about you at events that we're going to, when I say you, people look at you guys as like, man, you guys are all-stars. You guys are champions. Oh, Team Fast is cool. You guys are different. And it's all because of what you guys represent in this company. It's not about Kenny. It's not about me. It's not about Karina. It's not about Molly. It's about what you guys represent. What you guys represent coast to coast is you guys represent champion spirit. And that's what the industry sees. And being able to say 100 and 100 when other companies and other teams are struggling, you guys, we just want to give you a giant round of applause for everything you do to contribute to the success of this company. And it is amazing to see what you guys are able to do. So huge congratulations to each of you and all of your accomplishments. It's exciting to be able to see. And listen, I never see Kenny get too emotional, but when we were at our top producer dinner, when he was able to see what type of production was put on the board at that time, he got a little emotional. And it was a really cool moment to see, because you guys know Kenny doesn't lead with emotion, but he got emotional because these are things that he has dreamt about for years and years, and it's far exceeded the vision that he had for himself years and years ago. So congratulations to each of you. We appreciate everything that you represent to this company. Moving ahead, you guys, first off, we want to send a huge happy birthday out to all of these names. Hopefully you have an amazing lap around the sun. You feel spoiled. You feel, honored. You feel like you are getting everything that you deserve in this life. So happy birthday to all the names on the screen. Hopefully it is your best year yet. Obviously, want to make sure that you guys are tapping in on Thursdays. These sessions have been really good to make sure that you're aware of changes and that you are practicing the articulation about buyer representation and what that employment actually looks like with a consumer. So if you haven't tapped in, tap in on Thursdays at 10. And if you missed any of the past sessions, go to Fast Class. Vernon, you had a contribution or a hand up? Okay, took stuff off mute for a second.
I just want to take a pause. It is Leo season, everyone. Everybody calm down. Calm down. It's going to be okay. See the names on the board? We got it under control.
Okay, all right. You guys are going to lead the charge, you're saying?
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. I love it. All right, guys, continuing on. Sorry, let me go back to Cynthia. So Cynthia, as you guys know at one time, or maybe you don't know, Cynthia was part of our head of education for our company, and she chose obviously to focus on her production, which has just skyrocketed in this last year. She talked about these sessions. If you have not signed up, the QR code is in the bottom right. Fairfield, Brentwood, and Oakland. Make sure to get in these rooms. What I love about Cynthia is that she has been very disciplined with the boundaries she has set for her time in this business. And I think that she does it at a very high level. She protects her energy. She protects her mind, body, and spirit. And if she can lend you any of her advice of what's working for her, make sure to tap into these sessions. They're really, really powerful. So shout out to you, Cynthia. Once again, this is something that she elected to do on her own because she felt that if it's working for her, she can pass that knowledge on to you guys. So make sure to tap into these sessions. Let's talk about summer intensity. As of right now, you guys, we have 41 signups. Now, we closed the signups on the 2nd. However, if you're just seeing this now and you want a chance to be in summer intensity, I'll open it up to you guys. Listen, I'll open it up to you guys. We'll close it out on Thursday, but that is it. If you guys want one last chance to get into summer intensity, it starts this Friday at 11 o'clock. Everyone's been added to the calendar that did sign up. This is going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. It's going to punch you in the gut a few times. But I promise you, if you stick with these behaviors and these disciplines that you learn from summer intensity, I promise you only positive results will come from your business. Ask Vernon, ask Samantha, ask other people that have graduated through this program. Only positive results. So if you have not signed up, Take the QR code now, but do not sign up if you're thinking that you cannot handle 4 weeks full tilt with me. It's going to be fun. It's going to be intense, but I promise you great things will come. We'll move on from this. We do have a special guest. Oh, we did change it. We have a special guest, and if you've seen anything from Jean Schrem, she is the person that we go to for anything in regards to updates on the law. She's going to be our guest for Thursday, August 29th at 10 a.m. So make sure that you're at this session, mark your calendar, and be there. Now, we're talking about branding. I look around the screen right now, I can see amazing brands that have been built over the last couple of years. Kenny has his brand. The team has their brand. I have my own brand. Well, we want to take you guys through an entire workshop of what this actually looks like. We're going to talk about, fonts and styles and colors and what this type of, font and colors and style evoke for emotions from consumers and how to look at your branding in a completely different way and how to convey a message that is in direct alignment with the brand that you truly want to build. So you guys, we're going to do a workshop on this. 11 to 1 o'clock in Hayward. That's going to be on the 22nd. That's going to be on the calendar. Make sure that you guys are there. We've done these in the past, but man, it's been a while. We're excited to do this session with you guys and break bread and have some fun. I'm really, really excited about doing this again. It's been a few years. All right, so let's continue cruising on. All right, cool. Once again, you guys, can we get a show of hands? How many people are actually using this? How many people are using this as a reference point? Are you guys going in and downloading the audio, getting ideas for your social media? Can I get a raise of hands or can I get an emoji on the screen if you're actually taking advantage of our fast trends? No, but I see people grabbing their phones. All right, cool. Chicken Mom said yes. I see. All right, cool. Well, listen, you guys, if this is not effective, then we won't continue to put time, effort, and energy into it. But I want to encourage you, if you haven't taken this yet, this QR code, take the QR code, go down that list, see what's working for other, content creators and see if you can't gain any inspiration from this. I promise you, you'll find something that will spark an idea in you. All right, guys, that was the last slide. But before we close out, does anybody have anything good for the cause that they want to share, contribute, any insights before we close out for this sesh? Anybody? I see smiles. All right, cool. Listen, you guys, we have an exclusive mastermind for a handful of you tomorrow in the office. We're really excited about that. But you guys, this is the time where we really have to be students of the game. And we understand that things are changing. Sometimes daily, but it's a huge responsibility on your shoulders. We have to do our best as a company to stay in front of this, and I think that there's nobody better in the game than Karina to keep you guys front of mind. We're doing our very best, but you guys have to work with a sense of urgency. Not come into August and say, oh my God, I'm panicked and I don't know what to do. Take this on yourselves. Like Cynthia said, you have to treat this as you're a CEO of your own business. And you guys have to make sure to manage this, understand this. And if you have questions, reach out to us and we'll do our best to answer those questions. So before we close out, anybody else have anything to contribute? Going once, going twice. All right, guys, congratulations to breaking records once again. Congratulations to an amazing production week. If you need anything, you know where to find us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Keep It Moving Group Coaching. Have a great day. Be you, but be fast. Appreciate you.